Well, now we are at the last part of this paper discussion, that is with the subject mathematics. So today we have Ranjit sir and Subramanyam sir. Welcome sir to this question paper discussion.
Thank you.
All right. So when you saw the paper, what was your first reaction?
Yeah, the paper had most of the questions again repeated from the last attempts and last years as well, 24 and 25. And I would say there were like 7 to 8 questions which were on the lengthier part, and most of the other questions were easily doable, and it required very minimum time as well.
All right. Subramanyam sir, how do you rate this question paper? As easy, moderate, or hard?
It is moderate.
Moderate?
Moderate.
All right. All right. So we have the mathematics paper and this is also moderate. So now let's dig in into each questions. So what is your reaction to the question number 1?
Question number 1 is from trigonometry chapter and very basic question. Yeah, like if you even have a basics of 10th maths also, you could easily solve
You
that
can
particular
easily
question.
solve it.
Yeah.
Right. What about question number 2, sir?
Question number 2 is from basic math, quadratic equations and modulus function. Again, once again, very, very fundamental.
Fundamental. Question number 3?
Question number 3 is from statistics, though it requires little bit calculation. It's not something very new, very conventional question. Every year, every shift and every GTM also in our Narayana papers also, you'll have at least one such question.
So basically none of the questions so far is new.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to question number 4.
Question number 4 is indefinite integrals. Generally, we have lengthy calculations from indefinite integrals, but luckily for this shift, there was an easy question. It just requires a simple substitution.
Simple substitution. All right. Question number 5?
Question number 5 is from series and sequences.
Right.
Though it looked like a new question, but once you understand the definition and if you try to understand the expression terms in the expansion, you could easily find out that it is a geometric progression. And then later on, plugging in the formula, you definitely arrive at the answer.
All right. What about question number 6?
Question number 6 is also once again an easy question from AP, which is in
Yes.
series and sequences. Just plug in values of common difference. It already common difference is straight away given. Just put the sum to n terms of an AP, you'll definitely get an answer.
Nice. What about question number 7?
Yeah. Question number 7, I should say, slightly tricky for most of the people. Still, there will be many people who practiced PYQs because this is straight away
From a previous year.
PYQ. Yeah.
All right.
So there's a slight change. Generally, we'll talk about 3 by 2 matrix, 3 by
Right.
3 matrix, but it is given 3 by 2.
All right.
It requires for a
Bit
simple,
of on the trickier side.
yeah. And then counting part, some might find it difficult.
All right. So maybe the question is trickier as well as lengthy for the calculation.
Not lengthy, I would say. The logic in counting is something few people might not be
Aware of.
comfortable.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to question number 8.
Question number 8 is from probability.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a very basic concept from probability.
Basic question. All right. So now let's move on to Subramanyam sir. So what is your reaction to question number 9?
It came from circles, geometry part, and it is the
Yes.
combination of circles and straight lines, and basic question it is also.
Basic question.
Basic question.
Okay. Question number 10.
From trigonometry it is. Most of the students solve this one also.
Okay. Easy question.
It is the second question from the trigonometry, I think.
Oh, you remember the question as well.
yes.
All right.
That is.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the second question from the same topic, that is trigno. Now, let's move on to the next question. That is question number 11.
11 related to the complex numbers and the combination with the geometry part, little bit lengthy.
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 Okay. So we have gotten one lengthy question so far. Question number 12.
Related with that one with the geometry part, especially three-dimensional geometry
Yes.
and lengthy problem it is also.
Again, this is also a lengthy problem. All right. What do you have to say for question 13?
It is from binomial theorem and traditional question it is.
Traditional
These type of
question.
questions are from our material also.
From
So
our
many questions are.
material. Nice.
Yes.
So if you are prepared well with our material, I don't think that they have to worry a lot in the examination. All right, moving on to question number 14.
Related to the areas, in every shift one question definitely from the areas.
Right.
And it is basically combination of the parabola and lines also. So standard problem.
Standard problem, all right. So now we are going to discuss the last question, that is question number 15.
This is the limits continuity problem. So it is also standard question,
All right.
not that much of lengthy.
Not that much of lengthy.
Yes.
So we have got one full-fledged lengthy question,
Yes.
and rest most of the questions were easy and then somewhat on the trickier side. So, sir, I want to take just last concluding line. What do you have to say for the future aspirants, maybe for the session 2 or for the future shifts?
Yeah, like since there's only one day left, and mostly my advice is for the second shift. And as for the trend from past many years, what you have to do is stick to very basics of each and every
Basics.
chapter.
Right.
And of course, there are few lengthy questions, but again, the main point is to skip such questions in the exam and then go behind the questions which seem to be easy. And to cover that, you just have to follow only two things. Just go through all the PYQs. And most of the questions are right away from PYQs. If I don't have to tell it is being copied, I should say slightly, changed a little bit. That's it. So you have to be thorough with all the PYQs, and you have to take as many tests as possible. So
Right.
the grand test papers, especially the grand test papers we conduct, have almost 16, 17 questions
From mathematics and
from
and for
mathematics.
of
Yeah.
this level.
Yeah, so if you go through all of those things and analyze properly,
Right.
and second shift, you can definitely improve your score.
All right. Sir, any concluding line from your end?
Yes. Don't panic when you see the questions from the
Yes,
mathematics.
very
That is,
important.
very, very important. And read carefully the question and try to understand. Then confidently you can attempt. Then definitely it will help you.
Yes. So the crux is just stick to the basics, solve as many tests as possible, and do not panic while seeing the questions, right? So this was the question paper discussion for 24 January, shift 1. We'll see you in the upcoming question papers. Thank you. Hey everyone, I'm Deep Jyoti and I welcome you all to this JEE Main 2026 paper discussion. Today we are going to discuss 24 January shift 1 paper, and today we have Adri sir and Sunil sir. So please sir, welcome to our show. So before we begin the question paper discussion, I would like to have one question. So what do you think? How was the paper? Adri sir.
The paper is little comfortable. So except for two questions which are a bit lengthy, and one is memory based question. The many questions are, most of them are ratio based questions and formula based questions. So students who are preparing for advanced and the mains examination, they should be able to solve it.
So basically you are saying that the paper was comfortable.
Yes.
Sir, what about the rating of the question paper? How do you rate it as?
I will rate this paper as moderate, and it is in line with the previous JEE Mains paper that we have seen till now. So all the questions are similar to whatever teachers are teaching in classes, and definitely our students will be getting very good score in this.
All right. So there is nothing new in the question paper. So now let's dig into the questions and we'll discuss the questions one by one. So the first question, sir, what do you say on the first question?
Yeah, this is a formula based question. So students should be comfortable to solve this one.
All right. What about second one?
Second question is a memory based question from EM waves.
Right.
Just looking at two or three options, they should be able
They
to
should
find
be able
answer.
to. Right, right. What about third question?
Third question is also from AC circuits. It's a formula based question.
Okay. What about fourth? It's also some circuit is there.
Yeah, it's from current electricity. Students are practicing these kind of questions. Our students are practicing, so they should be happily solve it.
All right. What about fifth?
Fifth question is from atomic physics. It's a ratio based question. Only thing is they have to remember how these particular energy and the speeds are dependent on atomic number and the
Energy.
orbit.
Yeah.
And they should be able to solve it.
Right. What about sixth?
Sixth one is a regular model question. So they should be simple electrical circuit. So they're comfortable.
Seventh question?
Seventh question, it's like a similar kind of questions we'll come across both in electrostatics as well as gravitation, calculation of fields and potentials. So the students are practice these questions, so no problem.
Right. Now we have question number 8. It's on work done.
Yeah, eighth question is the models they know, but the thing is the catch is here, the calculation is a bit lengthy.
All right. So one lengthy question that we have found across so far.
Yeah.
What about ninth, sir?
Ninth question is based on dimensional analysis, dimensional formula.
Right.
These kind of questions every year we are getting.
Dimensional formula.
Dimensional formula. Like I've seen last year few questions, like in one paper, 2 questions also have come, like these kind of things. students have practiced. Only thing is it will take some time calculating the dimensional formula of magnetic flux, permeability, induction. It will take some time. Okay.
All right. So again, this is also a time-taking
Time
question.
taking.
All right. So now moving on to Sudhir sir, Sunil sir. Sir, what about question number 10?
Question 10 is from buoyancy concept and SHM concept. So this type of question every student normally has seen in their routine physics studies. So they will be able to definitely catch this question.
What about question number 11th?
Question 11 is based on dipole. Here some extra information is provided in question. So some student might use this extra information and they will stuck in lengthy calculations. That is not needed. So with some small idea, getting relation of torque and work done, you can get this answer very quickly.
So basically, it's like the extra information is just to confuse the student.
Just to kill the time of student.
All right. So the students of next shifts, please keep this in mind. Now, question number 12, sir.
Question 12 is easy question. You just have to calculate dipole moment of some charge distribution. So very basic question, very standard question.
All right. Question number 13. It seems to be a diagram based.
Question 13 is about finding the moment of inertia of disk. If you know the relationship of acceleration here, or you can derive, you know how to derive it, this is very pretty easy question for you.
All right. It's an easy question. Seems with the diagram, it seems difficult though. All right. What about question number 14?
Question 14 is asking the terminal velocities of two drops. Again, it is a ratio based question. You just have to relate their radiuses and then ratio of terminal velocity you can get very quickly.
All right. Question number 15.
Question number 15 is from optics and it is merging the concept of prism and TIR. So it's standard, very basic question. You have to read, understand the question and follow basic formula and you are good to go.
Will it take some time?
Not much, but definitely if the student is forgetting about this concept, he will stuck.
All right. All right. What about question number 16?
Question 16 is a language, basically statement, two statements are given. You have to find correct statement and it's from nuclear physics. So if you know the basics of nuclear physics, you can definitely deal with this question. And remember, these questions are memory-based questions. So the
Right.
question that we have available with us can be little bit different from the actual language that they have given in exam.
Right. Right. Now, moving on to the next question. That is question number 17.
Yes, question 17 is a good question from NLM and friction. It is incorporating both ideas. And just basic form, basic. If you draw the FBD and solve the equation, you can definitely get the answer. So just like standard JEE Mains question.
All the questions are standard JEE Main
All
question.
the questions are standard.
With that, we are at the last question. That is question number 18. So, how do you rate this question, sir?
Question 18 is also moderate question. You have to do little bit of calculation. You have to relate different physical quantities involved here. And if you know the idea that from topmost point, the body is like in free fall condition for vertical motion, you can get answer very quickly without much puzzle.
All right. So, see, this is the confidence that the teachers have to the students. And when they are seeing the question paper, they feel that the questions are of moderate level. So, with that, we are at the end of the physics question paper discussion. Let's move on to the next subject. Till that, thank you. Now it's time for chemistry discussion. So we have Neha ma'am and Rishabh sir. Welcome sir and ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So ma'am, when you saw the paper, what was your first reaction?
Well, my first reaction for today's paper is relatively simpler than last few shifts and is a balance of some direct NCRT based and some, as sir would say,
Overall, it was a moderate paper, as ma'am has said.
Moderate paper.
Few questions were directly taken from NCRT, like the structure-based questions, and some data substitution questions are also there. I mean, if the students know the formulas, by substituting the data, they can simply answer the questions.
All right. So you would rate it as moderate.
Moderate, yes.
All right. So now let's dig inside the questions. So we'll ask the first question. Ma'am, how do you rate and what is your reaction to the first question?
sir will share.
Ma'am, first question, actually, it is from the solutions chapter. And as I have said, it is formula-based question. So if students are clear with the basic formula, if they know how to substitute the data, they can easily solve it.
Yeah,
So,
it's for osmotic pressure.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. What about question number 2?
Question number 2 is for like 11th grader direct IUPAC name.
Right.
IUPAC chapter, though the names they are using are the common names.
Yes.
Right? So it is quite direct, quite simple. Initial stages of organic, people do slight error with the word benzyl, but by the time they are appearing, I think this should be very, very easy for them.
So it's a easy peasy question.
Very easy peasy question, yes.
All right. Question number 3.
Question number 3 is relatively better than question number 2 in terms of slight pencil work or slight information is required. And otherwise, it is a question from GOC, application of
Right.
electron withdrawing, electron releasing groups.
Yes.
If they just go till that far, they can score it.
Perfect. Now moving on to question number 4.
Question number 4 is, I would say, first time in last few papers, based on memory base, as many questions as we got, HVZ has appeared. It is
Yes.
quite an important reaction, but in last all papers, we were missing this reaction, so now it is like, okay, I'm here type. So it is here, essential to HCl, Stephen nitrile has been reappearing in last few papers.
Right.
Compared to other questions here, I would grade this as a little better.
Little better question.
Little better.
which
At
might
least,
require
at least
students'
student
time.
has to think for two options. Yesterday there were some questions in which the other options were not even
Considered,
required
right.
or considerable. So
Right.
as compared to that, still better.
Still a better question. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Moving on to question number 5.
Question number 5 actually is from coordination compounds. So it is not that difficult question. I'll rate it as moderate because some students might forget the atomic number. Then in that case, they won't be able to do. Or if they forget whether a particular ligand is a strong field ligand or weak field
weak field
ligand.
ligand, yes.
So in that case, they can make mistake. But overall, I'll rate it as easy question.
Easy question.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to question number 6. Again, organic.
Yes, question number 6, tolerance reagent. It was there day before yesterday also. But this is, if you see, there are 4 options.
Right.
But see the options which they have to mark, A, B, C, A, C only. So
Right.
it is rather a more than one correct question. It is time taking. One has to think of A option sincerely,
Right.
right? And then only they can reach the answer correctly. If they could not decode what is A, which I would consider a large number of students may have difficulty, but considering available options, they can go for 2.
All right.
But still better.
Better question.
Better
Okay,
question,
fine.
yes,
So now
yes,
we have
it
got
takes time.
2 better questions.
Yeah.
Rest all the questions were easy peasy.
Yeah.
Now moving on to question number 7.
So ma'am, question number 7 actually is from redox reaction chapter.
Yes.
And if they know balancing of reactions,
Yeah.
then it will be easier for them to solve it. How one mistake they can make is that they have asked number of moles of electrons exchanged per mole of I2, per mole of product they're asking.
Right.
Generally what we solve is with respect to reactants. So over there they can make mistake, but if you see, if they're able to read it properly, then it will be easy for them to attempt this question.
All right. So you have to do a careful reading for question number 7. Moving on to question number 8.
So question number 8 is from, you can say, chemical bonding.
Right.
And it is very important topic from JEE Main's point of view, that is hybridization and shape of the molecules.
Shape of the molecule. Westphal theory is also
yes,
there.
yes. So they have asked from that topic only. The compounds which they have given, that is very common compound. We generally discuss all these compounds in the class. So I think it will be easier for them to solve this problem.
Okay. So again, we have an easy question. Now moving on to question number 9.
Question number 9 is again, you can say either from hydrocarbon or GOC.
Right.
Direct correct stability of alkenes. So quite easy if you can see number of alpha H. This is, I would grade as easy question.
Easy
I
question.
assume that these are memory based, so sometimes we may feel that data is there or not. But I think most of the data also when given, then it will further save their time.
Correct.
And these questions saving them time, then they can invest in relatively more calculative.
Right. For the questions which takes a lot of calculation.
Yes, yes.
Now moving on to the question number 10.
Question number 10, if the options that we got from our students as feedback from their memory-based considerations, it appears that it is easy. But I was discussing with Rishabh sir that there is a possibility that they would have taken this A, bromine. Several students are confused even till final exams that bromine is a electron releasing because plus R factor dominates.
right.
So if a good paper setter was there on the other side, he would have given one option considering that And then people will say ki, oh, galti se mistake ho gaya. So this is that type of question.
All
Now
right.
this is an examiner's hand. Did they really make it that particular option? Then it would be a good question.
Good question.
But if going for, okay, if these are the option, it is an easy question.
Okay, so considering if the examiner has kept this
Yes.
in mind.
Yes.
All right. So moving on to question number 11.
Question number 11 is X formation is grade 10th work.
Right.
Active metal,
Right,
protic solvent, hydrogen liberation. That is okay. X is okay. Next part is 12th. And I assume that almost every students know that benzoic acid with sodium bicarbonate liberates CO2.
Right.
And to add to it, by no whims and fancy, if I was the paper setter, I would have definitely given 45 as one of the option.
All right. Nice.
Because X people would have in hurry, they always say hydrogen, hydrogen, one.
Right.
But again, looking at the option, it is very easy. 46 is a direct one.
Yeah, if 45 it would have been in the option, it would
Yes,
have been
there would have been a
tricky.
filter.
Right.
There would have been a filter. So, like these questions are easy.
Questions
Now
are easy, it's just the presence of mind. the
it
student
must
has
have
to-
been the paper setter's, intellect, or I would say his idea that how he can trap students through option.
Through options, yes.
Through
Correct.
options. So,
correct.
but again, memory based, and maybe it could have been a possibility that there was
That's
45.
as well. Right.
There could have been 45.
Right. Right. Now moving on to question number 12.
Question number 12 is, I would say, easy if you know the exact direction of dipoles.
Right.
In case if you have, wrong assumptions of electronic effect anywhere, then you can do mistake. And that wrong option is there in the
Is also
option.
there. So
Yes.
as to so that the students gets puzzled.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so the setter was very mischievous, I would say, that he wanted the students to get puzzled in the options.
Now, I would grade such paper as a really good,
Good
because
question.
they are from the syllabus, they are not tough questions.
Right.
And what we actually need in engineers,
Right.
like on the spot, they should
to use
be,
their, able to use their brain.
yes, at the right time.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that way it is good paper.
Right. So now moving on to the question number 13.
So question number 13 is from periodic table, ma'am. So in this, they have asked about atomic radius and ionic radius. So students, if they are not very clear about the cationic radius or anionic radius, then they might mistake in statement 1. Otherwise, statement 2, if you see, so that everyone knows that when we move from left to right, metallic character decreases and all. So statement 2 is simple, but students might make mistake in statement 1 by considering only either cationic radius or anionic radius. Because if they consider one, they might go wrong. If they consider both, then only they will get the correct answer.
Right. So now let's move on to question number 14.
So question number 14 is from thermodynamics chapter, and not very application based question. They have directly asked the formulas. What is the work done in case of reversible isothermal, irreversible isothermal, adiabatic reversible? So these are direct formula based questions. If they remember the formulas, they will be able to solve it. So
Correct.
that won't take much time. So I'll rate this as easy question only.
Easy question.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to the question number 15.
So question number 15 is from solutions chapter, ma'am. Again, one question they have asked before also from solution based on osmotic pressure.
Now it's elevation in
Now
boiling
it's an
point.
elevation in boiling point. So again, if they know the formulas, they will be able to solve it. How one mistake they can make is they have given 100 ml H2O. So they have to consider it in grams. Weight of solvent we have to take.
Exactly.
One more mistake they can make is if they don't remember the formula, they might consider it as weight of solution. Volume 100 ml might be the volume of solution they might consider. So over there they can make mistake.
So Rishabh sir, I'll say, nazar hati durghatna ghati, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice one. All right. Moving on to question number 16.
Question number 16, ma'am, is from ionic equilibrium. I will rate it as moderate question because in general, what NCERT has given that they give only one compound. And for that, they ask whether it will precipitate or not.
Precipitate.
In this, they're asking what is the concentration required for the precipitation. So if they have idea about the ionic product and solubility product, then only they'll be able to solve it.
Right.
And for that reason, I'll rate it as moderate question.
All right.
Otherwise, if they know the formulas, it will be easy.
Easy. All right.
Yes.
So depends upon the merit of the students.
Correct.
For this particular chapter. All right. So moving on to the last question, that is question number 17.
So question number 17 is from coordination compound, ma'am. Again, overall, I'll rate it as easy question if they remember everything properly. If they get confused whether CO is a strong field ligand or weak field ligand, then they can make mistake. Or if they forget the atomic number,
Right.
then they can make mistake. Or they are also asking about magnetic moment. So if they forget the formula of magnetic moment, then also they can make mistake. So these are the points in question number 17. If they are clear with all these points, they can they will be able to solve it easily. Yeah.
Everyone knows everything is easy. Like if we know everything, everything becomes easy. But
Overall, it is a moderate question, ma'am.
I want to ask, like usually in past JEE mains paper, do they give datas? I think they give, no, like atomic number and
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Atomic number generally they give in JEE Mains and JEE Advanced.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So
Maybe
that
this
part
is a
is
memory-based paper. That's why students have not told us that
Ah.
data was given in the question.
And the one more thing that we were discussing was when we were getting these questions that we are observing from last 7 papers that physical questions come less in number to us or they come last.
Yes.
Right? When students coming out from the halls, they immediately start first telling the inorganic because they are direct question, they can immediately spit out type thing. Then they go for organic.
Organic, yes.
right?
And physical, actually,
So
they don't remember all the datas and all.
the
That's
data.
why.
So by our this, do
Yeah.
not assume that physical is going to be any less or something.
Correct.
right?
Almost it is 1/3 paper physical, 1/3 organic, 1/3 inorganic. Like we have got around 8 questions from organic chemistry,
already.
and we have got 17. So more questions are there. So most probably it will be from physical chemistry, which we have not got. Yeah.
Okay, so there is a different divide between the physical, inorganic, and organic. Now, since we are done with the paper discussion, ma'am and sir, I just wanted to know that what are your things, like what do you want to say to the future aspirants or the aspirants of session 2 or the aspirants who are going to write the examination in the other shifts? Ma'am.
Okay. So my suggestion is very simple. Just read all the options. That is my first priority. Give justified time to the chemistry when you are appearing in paper. Don't get under the idea that chemistry can be done in 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 35
Correct,
minutes. Because if you read, as we were discussing, options are the trap.
Right.
Don't go by looking at the question. Question seems to be easy and you will lose in options. So just keep calm, read NCRT and do justified reading. Give time around 35 to 40. 40 minutes should be given to chemistry
Correct.
anyhow. That is my suggestion.
Correct. And as some physical questions might involve calculation. So for that, you have to be very, very careful because a little mistake will give you very wrong answer. And I'll suggest students to read NCRT. NCRT is very, very important from JEE Main's point of view because what we can say is many questions are directly based on formulas. Many questions are directly based on facts also. So if they are clear with the facts, then only they will be able to perform well. And for that, they have to read NCRT. That is very, very important.
Correct. So the crux is read NCRT, go through the options very carefully because it's the options wherein you are going to make mistake. With that, we are at the end of today's paper discussion. Thank you, sir and ma'am. We'll move on to the next subject.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.